Hello students, today I thought I'd work with you on how to draw 3D figures using isometric dock paper. First thing I'm going to do is bring in a ruler. I find it much easier to build these with rulers and set up what I'm going to do. I also identify right away that I'm going to take care of the front faces. So I'm going to draw the first two in that I need. So like that. Clean that edge up a little bit. And we'll rotate this. And again, trying to be as neat and precise as I can be, because I would expect you to do the same with a ruler in your books. So up, up, and up, and rotate it over. Now, we have the front two pieces on. Now, I need to look at the side next, and the side tells me that I have another shape. So I need to be able to identify that I've got two up the side. So I'm looking to add them in. This would be that face, but I need another one added here. So I'm gonna draw that one in now, and I should be able to just add on to what I already have. And again, making sure that I'm as neat as I can be. And I'm far from perfect, but at least I'll be able to identify what it is I've got. So I do have the second shape there. Now, if I'm looking at the top, I should have an L shape with 3, and I have it there. So that one works, and we're in good shape. So when we look at this shape, the next thing we're going to do is start with the front again. So I can see that I have two cubes in the front, so we're going to draw those in place. I'll make an adjustment there. There we are. All right. Add our lines. And again, take your time. You want to make sure that things are done neatly. So I am using a straight edge, as you can see. And that way, when I'm done, this should be balanced. Now, we definitely have the front. We see the two shapes in the front, so that one and that one, which would be these. The side, though, we are hoping to have 3. So I need to extend here on the side. So I need to extend up this way 2 more. So I will do that. We're going to extend this up a little bit. And down and down. And if we look at it carefully, we definitely do have the 3 from the side. So that is the perspective we're looking at. Now, the top, does this work for what we need? Well, we should have an L shape, depending on the perspective we look at. That does work. However, you can see that the way the top is, these shapes here should be moved over. So what that means is I need to adjust that. So I'm going to pull back a little bit. And realign them. So this can happen. And I want you to make sure that if you find that when you look at something and it's not lining up, make the adjustment. If I can do it, you can do it, okay? So we now have this perspective, and I need to get this little line here down, okay? And what we'll do, and there needs to be a line here, and then two up top. One here, and one there. And again, if we look at it, we can see the side pieces here, here, and here, but the top view will work itself out now, and we would have 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, when you look at something, if it's not lining up the way you want, don't be afraid to make the adjustment. It's not going to hurt in any way, shape, or form, and it's the right thing to do. You can also go along afterwards and clean it up. I'm trying to do that with mine a little bit, and you're good to go. Now, this next one, we have 3 different views, and it hasn't really been provided with how we might look at it. So what we'll do is we're going to go with this one as the front. This one will be our front view. This is the top view, and this is the side view. So ideally you would have cubes in your hands and you'd be able to work with this. But what we'll do is we'll start off and we'll draw our 2 fronts to get a feel for what's going on. Now the question is, how will I make this look? Because from the front it looks that way, but it might be easier to look at it from the top. And the reason I say that is we know that one's going to be sunk in, so they're going to be off a little bit. So if I go here and I draw my first one in place, what I can tell, I mean, this would be our first image. If you look at the top, this one is in the front, no problem. And from the front, it would look that way. But this one is set back one. So what I actually have to do is draw it so that it is over here and it is sunk in a little bit. So it's a little bit different, but this is the way it would be. Okay, and if we rotate, that is actually what's happening. Now, we have the 2 in the front, so these 2 front ones we can see, okay? So we've actually done this one and this one, but what we need is 2 more back here so that when you look from the side, you would just see the 3 faces, right? But from the top, you would see all 4. So what I'm going to do is extend this a little bit out so we can get the other 2 in. So there's one going to be in behind here. Okay. And it would be extended in that place, here, and here. So when we look at this, the top, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4. In terms of the front, we can see here and here. In terms of the side, would be 1, 2, 3, would be 1, 2, 3. So highlighting them that way kind of gives you perspective and a way to look at it, okay? Last